Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Weeknights. I am JD Nero, aka He Who Pods, aka Rearview Mirror.
And I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the real king of R&B. And yeah, what's up?
Right. We got some interesting things to talk about.
We do.
First, a follow up. We were up here reporting a while back about PBS and NPR and their funding being stricken, revoked, removed, all of the above, none of the above,
Mm-hmm.
taken away. And there's an update. This update was yesterday.
Breaking to the Donovan newsroom. A judge has just blocked Donald Trump's executive order that ended federal funding of NPR and PBS. Done. The judge basically saying that it's unconstitutional. This happened just moments ago, ending the federal funding, that executive order that Donald Trump did, for the National Public Radio and Public Broadcasting Service. He said it is unconstitutional. It's a 62-page opinion. The district court judge, his name is Randolph Moss. The District of Columbia, he was appointed by President Barack Obama, and he called the executive order unlawful and unenforceable. He noted that the judge ordered Tuesday precluded Trump's administration from terminating any direct or indirect funding of NPR and PBS pursuant to the May executive order. Okay. So this is a lesson for the rest of the broadcast networks, either the ones that have a lot more money than PBS, right, or NPR, to fight, to stand up. Because
Let's stop it there. Let Don Lemon do his own thing there. All right, yeah, this is good news. We were up here, we were sad. I know I was definitely sad about PBS having to shut certain departments down, or the company that owns PBS and NPR to wait, it's two different companies? Yeah, two different companies. One of them was the one I can't remember which one it was, but one of them we said had to shut down most of their stuff. I believe it was PBS, but it doesn't matter. The point is, this is good news. This is a win for a lot of us. And I think that it's a good thing that we are seeing. I'm trying to word this carefully because I know what happened last time we spoke about this topic.
Yeah.
I think it's a good thing for it to be clear, for it to be made clear why this was stopped. So it was cited as unconstitutional and unenforceable. So I appreciate that we have, 62 pages. I'm sure they said more, but Don Lemon's quick summary tells us that that's a quote, right? And so that's a good quote because people can't just say, oh, they are this type of politician or that type of politician, or it's because they were appointed by this person and not that person. Part of being a judge is supposed to be being in the middle, playing by the book, regardless of your politics, and upholding the things that the law and the Constitution say. And so it seems like that's what's been done here, and to me, that's the right thing to do. And
Yeah.
so, although I can't tell you off the top right now why it's unconstitutional, I'm not the judge. I didn't make the decision, so it doesn't matter what I know or don't know when it comes to that. But this judge knows this is their job. This is what they study. This is what they do on a regular basis, and they have decided this. Now, what I don't know, real quick before you go, is this the final word? Will it be challenged? Will he try to do something else? I don't know that answer, but this is the current state, and for me, this is a good thing.
I think it's a great thing. I do think that there is no final word when it comes to the King of the United States. I think that it remains to be seen. I do think that under the current administration, we've seen a lot of things happen that are considered unconstitutional, and so to say that the buck stops here might be a little overzealous. I think we'll probably see some sort of pushback at some point, or some workaround, or some loophole to get to what they want, which is unfortunate. But you never know. It's very unpredictable, is what I'm trying to say. I don't think that. I think that there have been judges who have been committed to their jobs and committed to enforcing what actually is law and what is not. But we've also seen situations where that doesn't translate into the same outcome that we would think it does. So I'm hopeful that this is the end of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I feel like there's like a war on anything good right now. So it's like, it's who knows? And I don't want to say too much because I understand that this is political and there are people who don't agree with this decision. We learned that, as you pointed out, we learned that when we first talked about PBS going away. We were just thinking that, you know, this was a place for people to access information, for people to be exposed to the arts. There was all kinds of programming that was coming out of PBS and NPR that were really important to people, especially when it comes to accessibility. And apparently people were raging against all of this, which I found bizarre, but to each his own. So we'll see what happens. I'm happy that this happened because, to Don Lemon's point, at least there are still some people, some spaces where there is a commitment to prioritize what is just and what is right. So I think that's a win in itself, that we're not just in this losing battle constantly, but there are people who are willing to challenge the status quo. We need that in order to, you know, survive. So I will see how it goes, but a win, at least for now, a win.
Yeah, and like he said, you got to keep fighting, because that's really what gets things done, is you going out there, these corporations fighting back, the people fighting back. Your voice needs to be heard for something to happen. So it's a good reminder.
Definitely.
Now, here's another good reminder.
Okay.
The actor who plays Mr. Feeny, he turned 99.
Yeah, he did.
And they caught up with him in the street, as they say. And here's the funny interaction. I'm gonna just play the audio.
Mr. Daniels, how's it going, sir? It is an honor to talk to you. Good. Congratulations on the book. Congratulations on the book. I want to know if someone... I just want to know, like, if you gave advice to so many kids on television growing up, like, how many adults come up to you now? Mr. Daniels, how's it going, sir? It is...
He just walked away.
Let me tell you something.
He said, quickly, and just started walking off.
Let me tell you something. I am Mr. Feeny. Mr. Feeny is me. We are on the same page because I am not even yet 39. Okay, and what I do know is, me trying to get somewhere or trying to walk down the street and somebody's putting a mic in my face and asking me something, I don't want to be bothered.
Oh.
So I know that 99-year-old Mr. Feeny was through with them. I just know he was like, I don't have time for you. I don't have time for this. He said, listen here, buddy. Okay? 99 years. I don't have time.
He didn't even answer their question when they finally got it out. He's like, I tried to give y'all 30 seconds. Y'all just want to talk, so I'm out.
A 99-year-old man literally does not have the time. Like, literally does not have the time to be messing around with you and your mic in his face. Okay?
That was the best shit ever, That made my day. By the way, his real name is Daniel Williams. Oh, William Daniels. I got it backwards.
We
My
don't care
bad.
about that.
William Daniels,
Mr. Feeny.
aka Mr. Feeny. TMZ's caption says, "Happy 99th birthday to William Daniels, aka Mr. Feeny. We quickly caught up with him on the streets to share some advice.
Cause like
To
what?
share
Like
some
what
advice
are
with
y'all
us."
doing? He
Yo,
literally does not have time.
the very first comment says, "My man's ain't got no time to waste."
Literally, like you're 99. Nobody should be stopping you on the street like that. Like, don't
Yo,
catch. First of all, don't catch me off guard because I don't know if my heart can handle it.
yo,
Second of all, I literally am like time is of the essence. Okay, time
yo,
is
Mr.
doubly
Feeny,
important when you're 99 years old. Okay, and 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 let me tell you something. Mr. Feeny looks good. He was hustling. Okay,
he was out. He
all
said,
'99
I
years of
got shit to
him
do." He
was
hit the New York
hustling.
walk on him. You know what I'm saying? He's like, "I gotta go, man.
Oh, he
I
had
ain't
a
got time
pep
for
in
y'all."
his step. Okay.
Yep. Oh my God, yo, that was the greatest. That right there made my day. I said,
That's gonna
"Yo,
be
Mr.
me in
Feeny,
'99.
who knew Mr. Feeny was gonna make my day today?" You know what I'm saying? In the
Mm-hmm.
year of our Lord 2026, Mr. Feeny still making our day.
Right.
So
Leave
he
that
didn't
man
even answer. They're
alone.
like, "We just want to know that you gave so many of us advice as kids. Do adults come up to you and I'm out?"
Hurry up. Hurry
He
up.
was gone. It was asking the back of his head questions at that point.
He was like, "What do they
Oh.
think this is?" Those people aren't paying me anymore.
Yo, that shit was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our final topic because Mr. Feeny already gave us everything we needed. I mean, I don't have any thoughts on Mr. Feeny except that was great. That's my
Yeah,
only thought.
he did. He did what he needed to do. I would have done the same thing because what are you asking me? Why are you like I am a 99-year-old man trying to get somewhere? What could we possibly need to discuss right now?
You know,
Nothing is
so
important
funny.
anymore. Like at 99, you know how many things are important? Not a lot. Not a
Yo,
lot.
that nigga didn't even say thank you. They're like, "Congratulations on the book, quickly, quickly, quickly."
He was like, I don't have
He's like,
time
"Just ask me
to
whatever you want to ask
waste.
because I got shit to do. Okay, I got somewhere to be."
Hello? I don't know when my last day will be.
Yo, too funny. Too funny. All right, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, When the City Sleeps.
When the city
Alex
sleeps.
Isley released a new project, a new album called When the City Sleeps. The feature single was When the City Sleeps, featuring James Fauntleroy. And there was another song out before that, too, if I'm correct. Let me just pull it up. Hold on.
I cannot remember what the singles were. Some of the songs sounded familiar to me, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. We got Sweetest Lullaby and West Side. I don't remember
Okay.
Sweetest Lullaby being a single. West Side was the one I was thinking about.
I think Sweetest Lullaby was the one I remembered because I heard it and I was like, this sounds familiar to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've listened to this before. Yeah. So what did you think?
I thought it was good. I thought Alex Isley did her thing. I don't think she disappointed. What I appreciate about this project is it is smooth, but also shows her vocal abilities. And also, we got to see some different sides of Alex Isley. One of my favorite parts of this project is when she says, "You don't know who I am? You ain't see my last name?" Got it. Got it. She said, you see the last name, nigga. You see it. You see it. You see my last name, okay? You know
She
I
sure
come
did.
from greatness.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was great. I said, "Oh, I gotta run this back." Alex Isley definitely did it. Now, normally I can quote which song I liked a lot and didn't like a lot, but this was so smooth. I don't even know what the track titles are because I
Mm-hmm.
just put it on to play and was doing other stuff. while I
Okay.
had my headphones in. So I don't know which song is which. The only one I know uh is When the City Sleeps because it was a single. So I know that one is When the City Sleeps plus James Fauntleroy. So that one I know. What I can say is that's not even my favorite song. I can't. I will have to skim through it to find which one is my favorite song. But I like most of this project. Fool's Gold was really good. Um, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a song I don't like, to be honest. Nothing on this project felt like, nah, I didn't need this one. Even though it's 15 songs, which is kind of lengthy today, I felt like the project was smooth. It didn't drag. I felt like she put her best foot forward. We got a lot of songs from her, but we also got a cohesive body of work. This sounded very smooth, and the playthrough was really good, which means they also did a good job with sequencing.
Yeah.
Um, because you're able to play this. At least I was able to play this multiple times, start to finish, and I didn't have any complaints. I do think what's the last song? Maybe again, perfect ending song. Perfect ending song. When I hear that, I'm like, yes, this is a great way to stamp and close it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I take that. I liked it too.
Mhm.
Somebody recently said that we we podcast to be contrarians. I thought that was so funny.
Please.
because because I think that sometimes we like things too much. So, but it just made me laugh because I was like, really? I said I
To
don't.
say something like that, you would need to look at our track record, watch multiple things, and
I
then give an
agree.
opinion. Not watch one video and say, "Oh, you guys want to be contrarian."
Right. And so I directed that person to our YouTube because I just felt like it wasn't. I was like, if anything, we're a lot of times we're on the same page about a lot of things, and sometimes I feel like that's problematic in itself. But I think this album sounded, uh, to use one of the words of one of the songs, but I thought this album sounded like a lullaby in a sense to me.
Okay.
I felt like I agree it was very smooth, uh, definitely cohesive, but it was just so soft and so sweet and sultry and
Yeah.
just mood. It felt like mood music. Like when
Hey,
I
hey,
say
hey. Someone's already copywritten that, okay?
I know, but I'm just saying it felt like it just was setting a tone. It was setting a vibe. I could I love music that makes me imagine a place or imagine a feeling or this album just put me into like a really cool like jazz club or just a really sexy lounge and they're playing live music and people are drinking and you hear clinking of glasses and whispers and you smell sweet perfume and just oh my gosh the smell of whiskey just I can't explain it any better than that. It just
That was a
put
great
me
description.
it put me in a state. It just made me honestly at the end of it it made me want to go out. Like it made me want to get dressed up and put on something sexy and put on some makeup and some lipstick and go out and just sit at the bar and enjoy some live music. Like it just I love where this album took me and I, I'm not this complimentary about everything we listen to. I've come on here before and talked about how much I love Alex Isley, so I wasn't surprised at how much I liked it. But I was just like, wow, this is really like to me it was very well done. I think she did a great job. I would say my standouts are Miss Goody Two Shoes. I like that one. Fool's Fool's Gold was good, but I don't know why I feel like Fool's Gold was a single, and I'm just not remembering. And then there was another song that I wanted to mention. The title track, obviously, is great with James Fauntleroy. There's another song that I'm trying to think of that I can't think of right now, but yeah, Miss Goody Two Shoes was one for me where I was like, okay, okay, Alex, I hear you talking that talk. I see what you're doing there. You know, I love that. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to belabor the point. I feel like definitely if you want to set a mood, you want to set a vibe, Alex Isley is somebody that you should definitely put on. And yeah, I will be listening to more of this for sure.
Yeah, same. It's really smooth, and what I like is that it's one of those projects that you can listen straight through, which is rare in 2026, and I think that that's something that maybe I should highlight before we leave. Just, you don't get a lot of projects today, where as a listener you feel like I can press play and walk away. Like, whether I'm cleaning the house, whether I'm setting up a scene for romantic evening, or whether I'm just vibing alone, hanging out, just relaxing, you know. And I think you don't get that too much where you don't have to touch anything again, where you don't have to be like, oh, no, not this one. Oh man, or oh, this is the one I really don't like. We got to change this one.
Yeah.
So at 15 songs, this is a full length project. We don't get 15 songs too often today either. A lot are like 10 to 12, right? So here's Alex Isley giving you a full 15 songs, and it's a smooth listen. That's one, hard to accomplish, and two, pretty rare today where you get that. No matter what kind of artist you are, right? We don't get too many albums today in our culture where we can say legitimately, I can press play and I don't have to bother with it again. I can just enjoy I can enjoy the project straight throughout.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think we got to give her some props for being able to accomplish that today.
Yeah, no, I think she did her thing. And that is an important note as well. But yeah, I was like, bravo, Alex. Bravo.
Yeah, she did her thing.
She did, and listen, I say it all the time, but I feel like a lot of times I say it about men because I just feel like in music we end up talking about men more. But Alex Isley can talk her shit. If y'all are not paying attention to the words of the songs, listen, okay? Right. She be talking that talk, and I like that. I like that energy. Yeah, very confident, very just.
Yeah, this was a confident album. This was like, hey, listen, I got it, okay? I got it. Like I said, when she hit niggas with you didn't peep my last name, I said, okay, girl, okay, let them know.
But she's over there saying, I can sing, but also I got that thing. Okay.
She did say that too. Yep.
And so, all right, girl.
She did say that.
I like that energy. I like that energy. That's great. That's great. So good for her. Good for her.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A quick, concise episode, even though we kind of went in on some topics. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Short and sweet today. This has been Weeknights. Thank you for being here. We see you tomorrow.
Bye.